Yeah, one's still falling to his doom somewhere.
The zombies are coming. The zombies are coming.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. 12 plus 2 for 14. Get the other d20 involved so he doesn't feel left out. He's happy. That is an 18. Sure. 15. All right. We'll go top of the order with Hannibal. B.A. Baracus. No, I'm blue. She's black. Boo. Yeah. Under. Yeah, it's right under proficiency. Oh, nice. I got a 14. Jesus. Hannibal got a 4. BA got a 1. They're really taken back by this lady. Right. So so my weapons are listed under actions. I don't know how it prints out, but under actions attack, then it's got a list of the weapons and stuff. Nice. Who's she attacking, by the way? Oh, the entity formerly known as Quinn? No. Okay. And so Black Blobby thing is looking very much like the thing we fought once or twice. Okay. All right. So Tersel's now resolved with enemy of my enemy statistics, so he's going to I guess we'll cast. We should annihilate this thing. I don't want to dump spells on it. We'll cast. Right, that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on him. So that is a Wisdom save versus. You need a 16. Okay, so that's and he's damaged. So 2d12 for a fucking whopping 8 damage. Hey, real quick, Dieter's in chat says she can only hear me on Twitch. Yeah, I'm listening while we're talking. Yeah. Talking real quick. My name is Az.
See if this gives us an echo, D.
You can only hear ass.
I just clicked a button, so
Okay, I can hear you now on Twitch.
is it echoing now?
No, it isn't.
Okay. Because that's the thing that I had to turn off that one time because it was causing like massive echoes.
I don't have Discord video in
Yeah, I
in
had
Twitch.
to I had to click over to OBS, which shuts down the
Oh,
temporary
right on.
shuts it down. Should be back here in a minute.
Yeah, she says she can hear us. So.
You can hear us now.
Yeah, it should bring the video. Yeah, there we are. We're back up video wise.
Cool.
Yeah,
Easy fix.
as soon as you minimize that window, it shuts the view off of OBS. So
Oh, okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna give him a healing potion. It's a 2d4 substitute. Three, 4, so that's 7 plus 2, so he gets 9.
okay, and yeah, he's no longer poisoned then. All right. The creature's turn. It is closest to Quinlan, so it is going to do a slam attack. Nat 20.
Oh,
So it is altogether because it's plus 6 to hit, so it's 26. So let's see here. D6 plus 6, 6, 12. 16 points of damage. It slams into Quinlan. All right, and then it is Hannibal's turn.
sorry. He will just attack. That is a 6.
That misses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then BA's turn.
BA gets his own dice. And he rolled an 18.
He hits. I'm going to say that he moved up to hit though, so I'll move them
Oh,
both.
right. Sorry.
I'll
I
move
didn't
them
even
both
think.
within range. You cast a spell, so you're back far enough.
What are we doing? D6 for the sword?
Yes.
5 damage.
All right. This thing is very beat up, but it's still alive. It lets out another one of those evil, just ear-piercing screeches. As it's doing that, she swings her sword. Where is my need to returns? Go. There we go. 15 hits. So, so yeah. She takes the sword, slams it right into its open mouth, twists it, and pulls it back, and the thing just slumps to the ground dead.
Nice.
And I go, no! Galadard is dead! Right?
I want you to roll
Remember.
a wisdom check. I want you to roll a wisdom check.
16 plus 3, so 19.
You, especially since you had already been attacked by these before, know that the doppelgangers are parasitic, that they attach to you, copy your essence, and drain your essence. So somewhere in this mine area, your friend could still be alive.
It's
If you kill the original body, yeah.
So target down. Tersa will keep his shield kind of at the ready and look at the lady and be like, "How did you know that?"
The whole fucking reason I was called here was to help them figure out what they had found in this mine. And that's what they found. They opened this portal and released these creatures. We went into this portal to stop these creatures, and some fool shut the portal off as I was coming back.
Well, these creatures
Thus
are
she
running
was
amok.
trapped in- she was
They're
trapped.
they're loose, and we kind of set out to. Yeah, we
Do you
got a
remember
little bit
what
of a
you set
problem
out
on our
for?
hands. Do what?
Do you remember what you guys set out for originally?
Well, yeah, we got hired by the delegation to go inspect the country, the mining country, to help them with some kind of threat.
Undead
But
rising
then,
Yeah.
in a different mine in a different country that you haven't even made it to yet.
right. I guess we could catch her up so she knows where we're coming from.
Yeah. We got this ship that is just floating, nobody on board, and then we found some. They looked exactly like the delegation that sent us out. They are headed back to the main country, and they're to try and kill their doppelgangers. So
So she listens to you guys as you fill in the story. And she goes, "So you found the host bodies at least."
yeah,
For
All
the
right.
for
all
the
the blood.
delegates.
Those delegates arrived right before I entered the portal. That she's looking around. She's like, that means most of the people in this mine are either dead or turned at this point.
What were the
Wonderful.
delegates coming here for? Were they trying to seek help from you guys?
They stopped here for a resupply as they were leaving or heading out from their place. Something about undead rising from a mine. They showed up right at the time that we started noticing these doppelgangers.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So were they affiliated with the dwarven mining guild then, or they were just here because you guys had such a nice setup?
This island used to be a small stopping port for refueling, like
Hmm,
foods and stuff like that for sailors, along with this mining operation. They
gotcha.
called they called us once the gnomes were called in to study this portal.
All right. What's next, lady? Like, we're kind of stuck here. We won't talk about what the entrance looks like at the moment, but is there anything we can do to get out of this place and possibly stop future insurgents?
Unfortunately, the being you talk about on the docks out there, she didn't destroy or take your ship. She's teleported it to a different dimension. And unfortunately, that dimension is through this. She points back at the portal. She is a trickster and likes to lure people into this portal.
And she's definitely not you, right?
Why don't you roll
She's gonna feel
perception?
Perception.
Yeah, roll a perception.
quite honest.
And Sarah, you can roll perception on this since you're the one who actually saw the ghostly figure, and I'll give you an advantage on yours.
I got a nat 20.
You said perception?
Yes.
Got a 19 plus 4.
All right. As both of you have been standing there talking with her, you've both been like very observing her, seeing she looks like the girl, but you notice that there are subtle differences. Height, age, the hair length, all just a little different. So it is possible you guys are thinking that whatever this trickster is used her image, but wasn't her.
All right. Well, we're going to keep an eye on you because this is a pretty amazing story we got flowing here. And
I need you to prick yourself with one of those darts.
ooh, there's an idea.
She pulls out her arm, stabs herself with 3 of them, lightning fast.
That was a waste.
She just looks at not even like you don't even see pain in her face as they strike. She's just like,
Well, you didn't have to show off, for one. And for two, that was a waste of 2 of them. You only need
Um, You notice as she pulls them out, she puts them back in her pouch. They're reusable.
Sure. And I walk over and weaken.
All right, so
Probably hitting her at waist level.
so
Yeah,
you
she's about
you
five
know
foot
we're not
six.
you know we're not black globby evil things. We know you're not black globby things. So I guess we can work together and try to get to the end of this thing.
She looks and he goes, "Well, that seems to be the only plan of approach. If you guys wish to get off this island,
Well, yeah.
she's like, I could lead if I want to, but
I've got I've got a boat full of alcohol I need to catch up to, lady. We need to get off this fucking island.
She chuckles and says, like, then yes, you'll have to go through this portal, and we'll have to find the trickster and get her to bring your boat back."
What's she gonna want?
I don't know. She's a trickster. She may just give it back to you. She may have already had her fun and be bored with you. That's the least of your worries, though. This portal leads to one of the 9 levels of hell. The dwarves and gnomes thought they had found the lost gnomish city that had sunk millions of years ago. Unfortunately, it was a trick, and there is no city down there. It is just a vast desert. And inside the caves, you will find that there are probably about another 100 million of these doppelgangers. This seems to be where they live. So we can't trust anyone or anything once we are inside.
Oh, great.
Not even each other.
Huh?
So not even each other.
Luckily, I can test you guys whenever we need to see who's still you. I developed these pins that heat up. These creatures don't seem to like fire.
Well, I've got fire.
Brain.
Unfortunately, that fire really won't do anything. It has to get into the bloodstream, henceforth the needle.
I
Fire
mean,
on the
we could find ways around that too. Like, you see this mace, lady? It opens shit up. I'm just saying.
So, like, you're more than willing to try your methods, but
I
we know
have
that
my,
these work.
I have my fire arrows too.
She's like, I know that these work.
That's fair.
So,
Well,
you guys are left with a choice before we take a quick break here. Do you wish to take a rest? Do you wish to try to find your missing party member who could be somewhere inside these mines? Or do you just wish to enter the portal?
I don't need any rest. Beacon's good. The only one that's a little haggard is Chin on my side. She took a long time.
yeah, I think we're all. My team's doing fine. I've only got one spell slot down, so it wouldn't be a big deal.
Like I said, you got 3 choices here. You could take a rest, you can go look for your missing person, or you can enter the portal.
Would you let me talk?
Um,
I was asking party member, like, do we want to look for Lenard? He's going to be drained, or we can let him rest.
I mean, when was the time that he was out of view long enough for somebody to, you know?
There were several times.
Is it anywhere above the giant fiery blast that we created that we can't probably ascend to 2 anymore? I don't want to leave a soldier behind, but if there's no way, there's no way.
We can certainly go look for him.
I mean, yeah, we can give it an effort.
could
he
also be
was,
above that landing, or it could be down below.
but I'm just saying, it's like he was left alone. I know when Quinn and I went to look at that door that I blew open.
So looking at our new friend, who did we ever get her name?
No, you haven't asked.
Okay, they what's your name, real quick,
Her name is Evelyn.
Evelyn?
Eve.
Evelyn, you've been wanting to get out of that portal for 3 months now. You're out. Is there anything you need to do out here? Because I think we're gonna go back in at some point.
She walks over to a machine, and you see her pick it up. And this machine's rather large looking. And she sets it right next to the portal, and she smacks it. And it shoots a little poof of fire at the portal. And it shuts down. And then shoots another one and relights. She's like, yeah, if we can find the thing to trigger this, then we'll be able to at least leave the portal.
Oh, so that people can't come back through it.
No, so we aren't trapped inside.
Like she was.
Oh, I got you. Because that's how we opened the portal.
Can we take it with us?
It's rather large, like she was able to move it, but carrying it around is going to be a hindrance on whoever's carrying it.
I was just thinking of leaving it on the other side of the portal. We go through the portal with the machine, drop the machine bigger. Yeah, we can hide it.
Or you can find the remote, the Gnomish remote for it, is another option.
Just take the machine. And then hide it.
And just for comparison, this is like a refrigerator to your little halfling creature.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be carrying it. I love how the one who could not carry it at all is like, we should take it with us.
Just through the portal. Get on the other side, drop it down. We can't find the stupid remote.
She's like, that could work, but we do have to worry about all the sand getting into it. She's like, as far as I know, no one knows how to fix Gnomish technology here. She looks around at all of you.
No.
She's like,
I have a feeling in my future we're going to have a lot more experience with those and their technology.
I have a distance appreciation for Gnomish technology. That's about as far as I get. But we didn't do a super thorough examination of the area. We could try to find
Well,
a remote.
look for Bernard. Look for this remote. And carry on.
all right, so we're gonna take a quick break, and then you guys can do those searches. So we will be back in a few minutes. So get yourself a drink, go to the bathroom, do what you got to do. We'll be back.
Cool.
62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute.
My name is Sean Gorey. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I want to change kids' health in University Hospital's Rainbow Babies and Children's because I was treated there as a kid, and this is my way of giving back.
Kids can't wait. Change Kids Health means to fundraise by playing video games or tabletop games for these kids that are like not having the best time of their lives right now. They're having to fight scary diseases, scary illnesses, some of them more rare than others, and we just do everything we can to help fundraise.
What's up, Extra Life? I'm so inspired to hear about all you're doing to help sick and injured kids treated in your local community, and the fact that you guys are playing games to help these kids is it's amazing on many levels. It's fun, but it's also making such a huge impact. So congrats on the millions of dollars raised today, and good luck with the rest of game day. And break a leg. Do you say break a leg when you're playing games? Probably not. That's more of an actor thing. Okay, just have fun.
My name's Eric Sears. I live in Ottawa and I'm treated at CHIA for type 1 diabetes. My favorite part of my children's hospital is the doctors, nurses, and educators. When I show up to my checkups, I get high fives and hugs, and they're so supportive. They're just awesome. Did you know that 62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute? That's a lot of kids that need help. Join Extra Life to help kids like me.
My name is Defy, and I'm from the East Coast of Canada, and I want to change kids' health at the IWK Children's Hospital because as a father myself, I know they're always going to be there for me if and when I need them.
Kids like me enter a CMN hospital every year. For me, I entered my children's hospital when I was 9 years old for my miracle story. Happy to report that my health is on the up, and it's all because of gamers like you.
My name is Tara. I stream on Twitch, and I did Extra Life last year, and I raised $5,000 for Children's Hospital of Omaha. I wanted to raise it for people that couldn't afford to go there, because I know not everybody can afford to go to a hospital, especially if something comes up like randomly.
So my why to help kids' health at KU Pediatrics is because of my cousin Teague. She has been battling cancer for a few years now, and she's 6, and I just can't wait till she becomes this amazing, incredible individual as an adult and has gone through that thanks to the support of people like you.
What are you doing?
shade one. He even has like a peach wave in his hair.
I know. You are so freaking silly, dude.
To the Extra Life community, thank you so much for helping kids like me treated at the IWK Health Center and CMN hospitals.
Since 2008, Extra Lifers have raised millions of dollars to help kids treated at 170 children's hospitals in the U.S. and Canada. Those funds go directly to the hospital.
This is my 7th year, so about 7 years ago, he was like, "Oh, you should do this. The good cause, play games for 24 hours," and that's pretty much like the first time I ever streamed my entire life, and I was only doing it for Extra Life. But also, like, I've gone to Seattle Children's Hospital when I was in high school. When I did Extra Life, I chose to support Seattle Children's because of how great they are. They're really good to the kids.
Let's raise a lot of money for Blair Batson!
My favorite part of my children's hospital is the amazing staff that work there. "62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute."
My name is Sean Gorey. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I want to change kids' health in University Hospitals, Rainbow, Babies, and Children's, because I was treated there as a kid, and this is my way of giving back.
Kids can't wait.
To change kids' health means to fundraise by playing video games or tabletop games for these kids that are like not having the best time of their lives right now. They're having to fight scary diseases, scary illnesses, some of them more rare than others, and we just do everything we can to help fundraise.
What's up, Extra Life? I'm so inspired to hear about all you're doing to help.
All right, as we come back here, since I don't know if the audio was working correctly at the beginning of the stream, reminder that all streams for 2025 are Extra Life streams. You can click the link that pops up in chat or in Discord or in the About Me section, wherever it is. You can click it and donate to Extra Life. We also, if you would like to donate to the people down in Texas who were affected by that flash flooding, please, by all means, contact the American Red Cross. I am not going to set up a charity for it because it is complicated and sticky, and I don't like getting involved in it. If I can't just, copy a link and put it in my things, I try not to get involved because so many streamers have been burned by setting stuff up, and I'm not going to deal with that. So, but please, anything you can do to help out down there, help with the children. We know that it's getting tough here financially for everybody, but every dollar helps. So please donate for that. And then we didn't really talk about streams this week. Okay. Show me later. We are going to be back on Tuesday with Dying Light, as I always take Mondays off for recovering and housework and all of that. So we'll be back with Dying Light 2. Now that Az is back, Az, any word on your streams? Probably didn't hear us there. Did you ask?
What's up?
I said, any word on Az streaming land?
Nope.
Nope.
We got real close there for a second, and then no. Summer is fully
I know.
engrossed.
Summer is engrossed, and that's why I've said on my regular streams, you know, when it comes to D&D on Sunday, it's summer. I'm not going to force my players to show up during the summer. The winter, you're mine. You're fucked. But during the summer, I know you people like to go out and do people-y things, so I 100%. Plus, we have conventions. Like last weekend, we had a great convention. And again, thank you to the Rock Tour Society and Planet FunCon for having me there all 3 days. It was amazing. I got to meet Phil Lamar. I gave him a piece of candy. I got to meet Nicole Sullivan. I gave her a piece of candy. I got to meet so many interesting people. I posted pics on Facebook and shared a bunch of the cool business cards from people that you should check out on my stream. I will be posting those in the Discord under the Planet 2025 section when I make it, so look for that. But yeah, it was a great time. Luckily, that is our last convention until we all head down to Missouri for the Steampunk Fest, because that took a lot out of me those 3 days there. So,
And then we may do the one in November. The Tulsa or Tesla.
oh yes, there is a Steam.
It's in Wisconsin.
I
Right?
think it's in Wisconsin, which yeah, we'll send you the info on that one too, as if you guys want to make a little bit of a road trip. It's a steampunk festival, and every year they do like a theme. And this year is Viking Odins and like Tesla, like steampunk stuff combined. So,
Huh.
yeah, we ran into several people who gave us like, oh, because of course I was my steampunk self. They were like, hey, you should check out this con. You should go there. There is a wrestler that was there. I forget her name right now, but she's the Undead Bride in this wrestling, and she was really amazing to talk to, really nice lady. But she was like, "Hey, you should go to Florida and check out this steampunk fest down there." I was nice, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that," because everyone knows I will never go to Florida. Fuck Florida. You'll
That's
get me
our
back to
consensus too.
Texas. I say you'll get me back to Texas before you get me to Florida ever. Fuck Florida.
All right, I'm gonna give a healing potion to Quinn.
All right, so I take it you're ready. Then we can stop talking.
Nope. Go ahead.
Someone's anxious to get back in. She wants to
Mhm.
see if she can kill any more of the team members today. All right, so you guys decided to search around. You're healing Quinn up. So you guys, if you remember, so you guys are on the very bottom of this mined area. There were 3 tunnels on each side, and then the portal, and then right behind. If you go from the portal, there's a staircase that leads you guys up that has a conveyor belt that you at one point had on with a light attached to it.
Oh yeah.
And those stairs lead all the way back up to a balcony area where it's no longer dripping. There's still a little bit of fire burning when someone decided to blow up something and cause damages.
Still don't know how that happened. That was the weirdest thing.
You honestly do not know how that happened because you were on the other side and then you got a face full of door.
I think I
Is that-
explained to them what happened.
It was that
Yeah.
fucking trickster. She did some crazy shit.
No, I do believe I.
You guys can see from the fires that are still burning that you guys are able, because you gotta remember the way those stairs came up, there was a little area and then there was the balcony to that room. So you guys would be able to go up, continue going up. it is probably going to be a little more precarious going back up through that far. And you guys do have to remember that it took you a whole day to go from bottom to top.
So how much time do we want to spend, Sarah?
I want to check, obviously, the last place we have all been in, and we slept, so it obviously could have happened during that time.
Right. I mean, because we had quite a few mining tunnels we didn't even poke our nose into. I think we camped in one of them. We could check that one. I feel like we gave the main portion of the entrance a pretty good once over.
I'm just going to draw a small version of it here for you guys so you guys have a small visualization. So this is where the portal is. So we'll just go like that for a portal. Then there's tunnel. Tunnel. 1, 2, 3. And the walls kind of go like this. And then this is where the stairs are. And you guys camped here. See that? So these are stairs. I'm just putting you all together.
I was thinking I was blue, and I'm like, no, I've only got one. But
All right, so you guys are all standing down by the portal there. Remember, this room is a lot larger than that. That's just to give you guys a brief remembrance. I don't feel like drawing out the full thing. So. There are things cluttered like desks and stations around. There are, various crates, mining tools, chests, all that just scattered around this place. All of it was covered in dust, though some of it has been moved by you guys walking. Also, the explosion stuff. So, by the stairs, there are like little piles of gold that have melted from hitting the ground and just kind of so.
Well, Evelyn, in your experience with these doppelgangers, have you found a reliable way to track them? Do they leave evidence of something that, like we could detect other than footsteps?
He says no. Fortunately, they don't leave like a slimy trail when they are in their true form or anything like that.
Mm.
And the only way to tell is the test with the needles. And if you find the host body, leave it alone until you kill the doppelganger. Because if you mess with the host body, you kill both the doppelganger and the host.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, as both of you kind of remember, when you guys decided to heal someone on the ship, and it turned out you just killed everything.
No, I don't recall that at all. Actually, it's all news to us.
Mika's got a great sniffer, so I am gonna tell him to look for Leonard.
Okay. Do you have anything that has Leonard's scent on it that you would be able to have him sniff for? That's generally how you would have an animal search.
Doppelganger would have had to have taken his path.
You have all remember that, that when they take over, because the one you fought of yourself was nude. So, yes, it would have had to have its clothes. But what are those conditions of those clothes after you guys Eldritch blasted it, shot it with some other things?
Right, but I'll grab his bag.
Okay.
Mainly.
All right. Go ahead and roll a perception check for Doggo to see if he accepts the scent.
He his advantage on wisdom checks for hearing and smell.
Okay. And perception's wisdom, isn't it?
So 17.
Okay. Yeah, he's able to detect a scent off of it.
Sending him out to look for it.
All right. I also want you to roll a Constitution check for Doggo.
Oh yeah.
18 plus 3.
Okay. So while Doggo's sniffing, you see he gets really intent on the bag because there's something in there, but he's good and doesn't get into the bag.
Do I notice this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look inside the bag.
There's some jerky meat inside the bag.
I'll be like, Meekin, you can have this if you go find him.
His tail starts wagging. He starts running around. So go ahead and move yourselves around where you want to tell me where you got to search, and we'll just basically do search checks for when you're in an area.
I'm following Meekin as he's sniffing, looking for it.
All right. Well, I'll just have you move him where you kind of want, and I'll do like a hot and cold.
Okay, I'm Meekin, and I'm smelling my cold.
He has not detected any scent in that area at all.
So, I don't know how to do Doggo's scent.
Basically, he's walking around sniffing everything right now, but so far he is not picking up the scent that you have told him to pick up. He smells many things, but not the particular scent that you have him marked to get.
Maybe take him to the to our former camp, and there might be a fresh scent on his, his roll up or whatever.
Well, you guys would have put your roll-ups onto your packs and stuff when you got up that morning.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
okay.
had him sniff the pack. Alright, so we're gonna go to the tunnel that we stayed in.
Okay. So that tunnel, like I said, it goes back.
Yeah, we stayed in it.
Well, yeah, but you guys only went to here. You guys stayed like in the front area so you could watch it, but it kind of goes back and it curves off.
Mainly, I'm thinking we're gonna go to where we slept.
Okay, so you go to the area where you slept, and you can tell it's that area because it's very packed down. All the dust has been moved. There's remnants of the torch that you guys had up there, like the scoring from it. Doggo doesn't pick up any fresh scent, like nothing's been there. He gets a marking of the regular scent that he'd already got, but he doesn't sense it anywhere other than like, hey, he slept here. I do want Doggo to roll a Constitution.
He rolled a lot.
Okay, so as Doggo's sniffing and he goes back a little bit further into the cave, he gets a scent and lifts his leg and pees on that scent. And Leonard or someone had peed in that area, so Doggo is marking that as his area again. So
Okay.
Well, skeletons didn't pop out, so I guess we're doing better than we could be.
no, it was a dog going, hey, someone peed here. I gotta pee here. He couldn't fight that urge, so he wins. He gets to pee.
So, Doggo Sniffer, do I need to roll again?
No, like I said, you just kind of wherever area you want to take him to, then you'll roll for a search. You know the main area, he's really not picking up anything. He didn't pick up anything new in the bed area where you guys had stayed for the night. So
I guess we go upstairs. He's not catching anything down here.
All right.
You guys look around for the remote.
Well,
yeah, we
guys,
could. Right.
While you guys were looking around for your friend, Evelyn is going to be searching where she knew the gnomish workers kept their stuff. So she is looking for that. And let's see here. +4 is 23. She didn't find it, But she has found, let's see here, 3 bottles of some kind of gnomish alcohol. She found a flint and steel box, and she found 2 daggers. So she has all those.
Hey, Evelyn, do you recall anything about these other mining corridors or anything worth checking out there?
It's like, I wasn't here for those. I was here to escort and protect the Gnomish delegation that was going into the portal. They paid highly to have my team come.
Did they go into the portal?
Yes, we all did.
Do you want to take a half day's worth of search, go up the stairs, and kind of poke around, see if we missed anything or if anything strikes us as unusual? I feel like spending a whole day doing it might be, I don't know about risky, but kind of a waste of time or whatever.
Lucan and I are going to head up the stairs. Coin will come with us as we continue looking for Lemonwood. With your team, even if stick with.
I'll probably leave somebody posted at the portal just for security. But me,
Alright, so you 3 are heading up the stairs. Portal, searching around. There's your team. Alright.
Well, is the portal turned off?
No, the portal is still on at this point.
I will ask her to hit that machine again to turn it off.
Okay.
You don't need something coming in.
She agrees, and she walks over and smacks the machine and poof, shoots a little shot fire, and it shuts the portal down.
Yeah. Then you don't have to have anybody at the portal.
okay.
Shut down. Nothing should come through it.
I'm paranoid. I'm going to leave somebody there anyway. I don't like these trickster folk. I'm not that smart anyway.
Just tell them no matter what anybody says on the other side of that portal, it
Yeah.
does not turn it on.
So I'm leaving BA there,
Alright.
and he's under rules that, yeah, nobody's allowed in. Period. End of story. And I'll ask Evelyn if he could have one of her darts, and then, if somebody does approach, at least he can
Stick 'em.
have it. Yeah, have a test of some kind.
Roll D20.
12.
12. I'll say he probably has a baseline intelligence. I'll give him a +1, so 13. Yeah, okay, so he's smart enough. She hands him one of the darts and shows him how to trigger the enchantment on it that causes it to flare.
Cool. And so he'll do his soldierly duties and be like, all right, got it. Nobody's coming in this, I promise, suck a fool. And that'll be BA's
And
job.
as he says that, she looks and goes, you do know they can turn it on from the other side.
How?
It's a portal. If they light the other side, this side will turn back on.
So why do we need your remote?
Because if someone shuts it off, how are we going to turn it back on?
So what, they have special powers that they can turn it on?
You turn it on with fire.
Then we can turn it on with fire as well.
Unless we get trapped inside of it like I did.
You're saying that on this side, somebody could turn it back
This
on.
is how a portal works. So there's two sides.
Yeah.
You guys are on this side. You can turn
Yeah.
it on and off. But over here on this side, if someone turns it on, it's on this side so they can walk through. But while you're walking through it, if you're in the middle of it and it gets shut off, you're trapped in it.
Okay. So it's like a long corridor.
Yes.
I was just thinking you step through it.
And you do just step through it, but in reality, the way to best describe it is a long corridor that can be turned on either side. If you're in the middle of that corridor and it gets shut off, you're trapped in a dimension. Yeah, sorry, my nose is running.
They gotta be quick.
Huh?
They gotta be quick.
So I'm assuming Evelyn's kind of telling us this.
Yes, Evelyn's telling BA that since he's going to be guarding it, and he's all like, "No one's coming through my side." She's like, "You do know they can come from the other side."
So
Smack this.
so the portal will give some kind of signal that it's on, right? Like it changes its hum or something.
You see, there's that purple sheen that goes across it. Again, for visual images, think the Minecraft portal to the Nether. You know, it has that
And
purple
and
flux.
and so currently our method of turning it on is just to hit this machine until it belches fire.
Every time you smack it, it shoots fire. It's a
Okay,
Gnomish. It's
so
basically a Gnomish flint and steel device.
so AI Baracus is how his three modus operandi are: don't let anybody from this side come to you without the test. If you hear that portal come on, hit that fucking machine and turn it back off. If somebody gets trapped, that's their fucking fault. And then number three is just be badass, because I think he's got that one though. So
Very wise, but with the exception of if something is trapped in that portal, like Evelyn was, as soon as we turn it on, they will be able to come out. And not
Well.
everything over there is as nice as me, she says.
at least we'll be prepared instead of them just sneaking through. And we can make funny faces at them and all right, so I'm pretty secure with that. So I'll take Hannibal, and I guess if the Negan, Quinn, and Sarah going upstairs,
Yes.
me and Hannibal will kind of do a few feet into mining tunnels just to see if there's anything we're seeing.
This is the floor it blew up.
Yes. Like this room here is where all the fire was. Let's see if I can get both in the shot. Yeah, close enough. All right, so yeah, it takes you guys about half a day to get up here. So I'll start with the party upstairs.
Right, does it?
So as you get up,
Like I got
hold
the
on,
pack.
let me explain what's going on. So as you guys are ascending the stairs, you do feel that there's still heat from the fire. You do see structural cracking around where the explosion caused it. Being dwarvish engineering and dwarvish mining, though, it's very durable, so it can handle it. But it may or may not start to weaken even more eventually, and it could collapse on you. When you get to the top, you can see that both passages where the explosion ended up going off from where you detonated to where it shot through, you guys cannot get to that area. It is just destruction. There's scorching where the fire shot around the wall and chased you guys. Any of the tables and stuff that are there are just ash. So that's what you are seeing as you guys get up there. Now, would you like to?
No, so do I need to roll again for Negan's nose?
If you want to roll to have him search, you just roll for.
What's a wisdom check? For hearing and smell.
Okay, well, investigation is intelligence, and perception is wisdom. So I'll say perception because he's using his nose, so he gets an advantage on it.
That's funny.
All right. He does not sense a fresh smell of him at all, but he does, as you guys are walking back and forth in the areas you can, he does catch a small whiff of it, but it's not where you guys are.
Well, I'm with him.
Yes, but I'm saying is he's like he can smell it in the air, but there's no traces of it around where you guys are searching. It's something in the air smells like the scent he's supposed to be hunting. So
Follow it.
he runs to the edge of the steps, sticks his nose out, and he keeps sniffing out to where that way.
Whoa.
Pointing back down the stairs.
You're not gonna get this jerky if you don't fight him. We turn back around. And start heading back down the stairs.
All right. Well, you're slowly making your way down the stairs. Tercel, what are you up to?
I'm gonna pick a random tunnel and go
All right.
20
well,
to 30 feet inside of one of them.
There's 6 tunnels. You guys know that one of them is the camping tunnel. So let's do it this way. Roll a d6. If you roll a 6, re-roll.
2.
1. You guys wander into this one.
You're not looking.
I know. I'm gonna. So as you enter this tunnel,
You notice that it's just a long straight corridor. The bore markings around it, like the axes and stuff, you notice that it's just rock. Like they didn't seem to find any minerals in this one right away, but they continued going beyond 20 feet. Beyond the 20 feet, you would need a torch, which there are several on the wall. But from where you are, it's just a opening to a tunnel.
And standard dust, no disturbances, nothing of any
Yeah,
kind of.
you can clearly tell nothing's been in this tunnel in a while. Probably 3 months or so at least.
I'm
gonna go
I'd like to.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Something irritated the nose.
It do be like that sometimes.
All right, sorry about that. I don't know if it's all the dust from was sweeping this morning or what. Something hit my nose on. All right, what are you doing?
I was going to go full Zelda. I was going to light one of the torches just so I knew which tunnel I'd been.
Okay.
And it kind of, if it illuminated a little further, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, they'll give you about 10 feet more illumination.
So yeah, I'll just.
You see that this tunnel just seems to keep going on and on from there. Like you don't see an end from where you are. It just continues to be a straight tunnel.
All right. I'm not going to go too much further. I'll light the torch and step forward until I can see as far as I can see, and then I'll find another tunnel to explore.
Roll your d6.
Yeah. You can roll a d6. If you get a 2 or a 6, re-roll.
Do 4.
Now what?
We'll say 4 is over there. Okay, so
you walk into this tunnel. It only goes about 5 feet, and then there is a bunch of crates piled up.
Give it a good look over on the crates, investigate, and like see if there's Dwarven Mining Guild insignias if it looks like it's from our group.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
All right.
I mean, this is a portal to hell. I guess devil might even be so
Right.
bad at the name.
18 investigate.
Yeah, upon investigating these crates, you see that they were stacked very nicely. These weren't like thrown up trying to block off the tunnel. In fact, you can see that there's a wall behind them. This tunnel more than likely was one that they just built to store extra shit. It's more of a little storeroom. You look at some of the crates, some of them don't have lids on. There's just pickaxes, some broken, some new. There's various, ores and minerals in boxes. It's a general storeroom.
Okay.
And just like
No,
everything
nothing.
else, no, just like everything else, it seems like it is very much, it's been unused for about 3 months. You do see the Dwarven Mining Guild symbol on the boxes, so nothing out of the ordinary.
And no gnomish evidence at all, like nothing I'd look for.
No, this is purely Dwarven equipment.
Okay. Is there a torch in this room by any chance?
No, but there is a scone by the entrance that you could put one.
Okay.
Our packs had.
Yeah. I think I've got one.
There's a pack on the ground right by the portal.
I just know that our adventure packs came with.
Yeah.
I was just doing the torch thing for fun mostly. I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, I'll consider that tunnel explored. And I guess I'll go on to another one.
All right.
Yeah, I'm still coming down the stairs. Or I might be still going up the stairs at this time frame.
Yeah, I'd say you during this time frame you would have just gotten to the top. So to sync your guys' timelines. All right, if you roll a 2, a 4, or a 6, reroll.
3.
3.
Nothing like zigzagging back and forth. All right, so
You get to the lip of this one. You see a torch there, so you light it, and it's a good thing you do because it's a pit that just drops straight down.
How exciting.
Roll a perception check.
18.
18. Yeah, as you kind of look down and you catch a whiff of what is probably the Dwarven Gnomish bathroom.
Oh.
Latrine. All right. Noted. If somebody pisses me off, at least I know where to send them. So yeah, that takes care of that tunnel.
Before you leave, the roll an investigation.
Oh dear. God damn. 22.
All right, you notice, yeah, that this goes down about 20 feet or so, and it's definitely got business down in it. But as you look up, this hole continues all the way up too, so that the upper floors could have used that same hole, and it would all just drop down. So it's like they bored a hole down so that every level could use it.
Can you imagine if you're using lower level?
I mean, how accurate are these dwarves? Like,
so no, the way this would work.
So let me draw you guys this so you guys can kind of understand how this bathroom situation works. All right, so the upper level would be
each hole's
here.
just consecutively bigger.
Yeah, that's kind of it. It's kind of so the top level would stick out more than the level below it, so that you're not directly in the line of the fecal or whatever.
What was the? Oh,
On the wall.
There used to
Well,
be
yeah.
like an old wives' tale that like during Super Bowl commercial breaks, sometimes the sewage system in big cities would go totally apeshit because everyone would go and take their bathroom break at the same time and everybody flushed.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, you know, the whatever the dwarven equivalent of the Super Bowl would be, like that tunnel was flowing. Right, yeah.
If you were on the bottom working, you are back far enough that if Bob's upstairs doing his business, you're not
Right.
directly in the line of fire. Not saying that accidents don't happen, but
You definitely didn't sit as far back as possible.
yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of just aim as best as you can.
Right. Maybe do your business and kick it in. That way, like, you know,
So you
uh,
got 1 and 5 left.
1 and 5. Hey, 5.
So when you walk over to 5, Evelyn happens to be near that because that's where all the gnomish stuff was. And we're gonna real
quick go back up as you guys are starting to come down at this point. You're about a quarter of the way down when Doggo stops and his tail starts wagging.
Oh. Do you smell him, boy?
Roll an investigation.
Sorry, 12. -4.
8.
Oops.
Doggo definitely has a scent of something, and he's sniffing along the stairs where the walls are. He's sniffing along that.
His sniffer's good. His investigation's not too good, but his sniffer's good. So I'm gonna look around.
All right, roll investigation.
13 plus 3, so 16.
So yeah, as you're looking around where Doggo's kind of sniffing, you notice that there is rubble and stuff from the explosion kind of up against the wall of the stairs. But it doesn't look like it fell there.
I'm gonna say, Quinn, Megan, help me take this out. Or start moving rubble.
All right. Strength check for Quinn. Doggo wouldn't be able to move it. It's big rocks. He wouldn't be able to dig because it's stone. So
what? Quinn and me?
Quinn and you need to roll strength checks to move the rocks.
We could help. He's freaking 9 feet tall.
Do you think Cade's gonna pick up a rock?
We can move it.
He wouldn't.
Great.
He'd pee on it.
She got a 12. She doesn't add anything. And I got 11 plus 2.
Yeah, so combined, I'd say you guys are able to move a couple of the rocks away. And in the wall there, you see that there is a small passage, like an air vent type passage.
So we'll just keep digging until Meekin's big enough, or the hole's big enough that
The hole will never be that big. I'm talking it's about as big as a body would fit, but not a 9-foot doggo. A human could crawl into it. It's an air passage that they dug into the wall, but it is not big for doggos. Your dog's 9 foot tall. He's not fitting.
Oh, but I'm small.
You or Quinn will definitely be able to crawl in it once you
But
clear it out.
I'm not strong enough to carry, even drag Meekin out. Or maybe I can wake him up enough to get him. Yeah, I'll crawl for him.
All right. So yeah, you guys cleared it away, and you pop your head in there. It starts to move. You get not even a foot, and there is a wooden box crammed in this hole.
Well, that's exciting.
Can I move the box?
You try to pull it. Give me a strength check.
12 plus 2 is 14.
You can move it. It's very hard. It's barely whoever crammed this in here crammed it in there.
I'm going to do my spell. It's not teleport. It's Misty Step.
Okay.
Back out of the hole.
You wouldn't have to do that. You can literally walk back a couple feet.
No, I'm going to hold it.
You wouldn't. Misty Step has to be the size of you.
Yeah.
This box is definitely bigger than you.
You see the whole thing.
No, you can't see the whole thing.
Can't do entangle. Smooth. Land light down. Well, I can do enhance ability on myself and give me full strength.
Alright.
It gives me a plus 2d6 to strength and carry.
Okay.
So I don't need to do anything with that. I'm going to try again. That is 17. Plus 2, which is 19, and then 2d6. 3, 5, so 8 more.
Yeah, you're able to pull it almost to the edge, but it is very much in there. You are out of the hole, but it is still in the hole, but it's sticking out maybe like an inch.
So I'm gonna have Quinn and we're gonna go pull it.
All right, then both roll against strength.
I get all bonuses still.
Mhm.
Come on, guys.
What is it?
Enhanced ability. Up to 1 hour.
Perfect.
I'm clearly exhausted, so that's 5 plus 6, 8. So 13 for me. And 14 for Quinn.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are able to pull it out, not all the way, about halfway, enough though that you can see that there's no lid on this box, and inside, wrapped up, sleeping, completely naked, but it blanket wrapped around him, is Lenari. So while you guys are at that, we're going to go back down to Tercel and his group. So yeah, you guys go to this cave, and like I said, Evelyn's over there because that's where most of the gnomish stuff was. And she's searching through the things there. You gonna enter the cave?
Yeah, I'll kind of tap Evelyn on the shoulder, be like, "Hey, catty corner to tunnel has a stink hole. Just giving you fair. I lit a torch. Just you might stay away from that area. It's kind of fucking disgusting." But
She laughs.
I'll kind of.
She laughs at you. She goes, "I know. I've been here. I worked here."
You could have said something. It's all. I'm just. We're all in this together. Just you could have said something, and then
She's like,
I'll kind
you
of
didn't ask.
Yeah. Well, some things you just help a brother out. We'll talk about this later, and then I'll head into the tunnel.
All right. Roll an investigation.
6 plus 4 for 10.
All right. So where this tunnel starts out, about normal dwarven mining size, about 4 feet in, it shrinks down to about what you would consider gnomish height.
So I'm guessing that's not. I guess I could crawl through it, but kind of a no-go for Tercel then.
Let me get the full height here on gnomes. I'll see if you are half of it. I'll say you'll be able to fit through there.
Let's find out how tall I made Tercel.
Well, you got-
5'10".
But you're also aren't you wearing plate?
Scale, yeah.
Scale. So you got to remember,
Scale and a shield.
you
so.
are tall and bulky.
Right.
Let's see. Gnomes are between 3 and 4 feet. So I would say at highest, this is a 4.5 foot tall opening, and it's probably about 4.5 feet wide. So you might be able to scrape through there, but you're not going to do it quietly. That's for damn sure.
Hey, Evelyn, what do you know about this tunnel? Anything? It looks gnome-sized, small, like you.
She's 5'6".
Oh,
She a big lady.
well,
She's
shit.
5'6", very athletic build with long black hair.
Oh, I obviously wasn't paying attention when you described her, so...
Well, it's because she's not a busty redhead barmaid.
Right, yeah.
Tercel.
Trying to figure out what she was doing with all that gnomish alcohol. Like, what the fuck, this bitch?
She pokes her head in there and goes, that's the gnome sleeping quarters. They weren't allowed to take anything back there because the last time they did that, it caught on fire. She just kind of smiles and goes back to what she's doing.
Gotcha. I don't think I have anything cool to do magically.
Stop it.
Is that that's the last tunnel, isn't it?
No, you have one more.
You got one more?
Yep.
Well, I'll kind of back out of there. Be like, we'll have to talk to the halfling about this one when she comes back. I'm not gonna scrape my way through that thing for some gnomish sleeping bags, but it might be worth checking out later.
Evelyn kind of chuckles and she goes, I wouldn't go in there either place.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to take anything back there, but they're gnomes. They probably did.
Right.
There's booby traps.
Well, who knows how flexible the doppelgangers are? They might slink in there, maybe. I don't know. We'll give it a check out, and when Sarah gets back, and I'll leave her to it and go check out the final tunnel.
All right, so as you enter this final tunnel, there's a torch scone there, so I'm going to assume you light it. There's stairs lead down about 15 feet, and then you see water.
What kind of is this? Like a carved out room, or like?
This was a
like,
carved out tunnel leading down further, but you can tell that it possibly they hit an underground spring and flooded the tunnel.
Okay.
I was wondering if it was the shower room.
Right.
It might have been used for that once it was filled, but it was not intentional. No, this was this tunnel clearly was they hit an underground spring and it filled up and flooded the tunnel.
Okay. And then just giving a quick look around stairs, there's no like obvious watery footprints or like soap on a rope or something like.
There's a bucket with the towel hanging out of it, but that's about it.
All right.
Come down the stairs.
Would there be any?
Exhausted from the trek up and back down, and he's in the tub, relaxing.
How? I wouldn't ask this to Sarah, but like, how would Tercel have any idea of how we're doing on water at the moment? I guess we can create our own water, but
you would know how much you guys' rations are, like what you have left from what you've used.
I'm sure it's one of those discussions.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning is
right.
Inventory of rations, water.
And I'm pretty
medication.
sure both of you have purify water as a spell, or at least the ability
I,
to.
Right. I didn't take it, but
Yeah, but I know that you could if you needed to.
yeah.
Plus, you could also,
Um,
put water on fire, boil water to purify water. I mean, you of all having been in wars know that concept. So
right.
You mean that's still a
Um,
concept?
so yeah, I'll make a mental note of that and be like, well, if we need more water, I guess this mountain spring water might be pretty decent. You never know, as long as it doesn't connect to the latrine tunnel of doom. Yeah.
well, you gotta remember. So this is shrunk down for you guys right now. It's actually about 55 feet from this tunnel entrance to that tunnel entrance, with another
Hmm.
tunnel in between it.
Right.
So, and this one, like I said, it goes down a little bit, and then that's where the water levels hit. It probably has went down much further until they hit the water area that flooded it, as where the poop tunnel is far enough down that it probably doesn't intercede.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be the end of my tunnel exploration activities.
All right. We'll say about this time that you guys have pulled him out of the box. He's unconscious. He doesn't look as jerky as the other ones did. He's already starting to, regain his vitality, but he's unconscious, and you'll have to carry him down the stairs the rest of the way.
Well, I pull the jerky out of Leonard's bag and give it to Donald and tell him he's a good boy. And then while he's in the box, I'm gonna make it like some kind of sled, and we're gonna have ropes, kind of like just slide him down the stairs. Quinn and I on each side.
All right. We're going to do a contested roll then.
Uh-oh.
Gravity versus your strength. All right. So you get to roll both yours and Quinn's strength versus gravity.
I got a nat 20. 'cause I
So
took
did
out
I.
those- took out those
What?
So, nat 20 plus, like what? I got my 2d6s,
Damn.
so that's 4 and 6, so that's another 10, plus my 2 for strength. So that's 32.
Okay. So
Those are
there's
my
a
rolls.
nat 20 for gravity
Quinn
versus.
got a 4.
There's a nat 20 for gravity versus you, and a 5 for gravity versus Quinn's 4.
Which
So
got a 4.
you guys are able to tie ropes around it, and you're kind of moving it down the stairs. It is not an easy operation. You guys didn't say you tied his body down at all either.
He's in the box.
He's laying in a box.
Yes.
You've seen a box go downstairs before with things inside of it.
I'm holding it with a rope.
It's still gonna.
She's on the other side holding it.
Yeah, you guys aren't doing a great job holding it.
I did a great job.
It's still gonna
32.
bounce. Yeah, you didn't let go, and gravity's not pulling you with it down the stairs, but it is definitely going to be a bumpy ride for the first half. So he stayed in though. All right, so we'll do another one for the second half of the stairs because I was halfway down.
Pretty a quarter of the way down.
No, you were a
Found
quarter
it.
way down from the thing, so you're halfway down the last 3/4.
I have Negan helping Quinn's side.
Okay.
Alright. But she needed it. She got a 7. He got an 18.
Alright.
Alright, plus his strength is a 5. I got 12. Plus 2, which is 14. Plus 9.
Gravity got a 3 and a 1, so you're okay. You guys stable yourselves a little better for the final.
They're both strength though. I'm like feeling it. Feeling good.
Once you get down to the bottom of the stairs, I just want you to roll a d20.
Me?
Yeah.
19.
Oh, you're feeling it all right. As soon as you reach the bottom there and lower it, you feel one of your discs in your back go out. You're hunched over now. You're confident.
All right, so at this point, yeah, you guys are all down here, and he is unconscious, and basically
He's a little less jerky, but he's still jerky looking.
Hey, you're talking leathery skin.
Yes, I'm
Like you
talking.
said,
I'm
jerk.
talking dehydrated
Not this.
human. No, I'm talking dehydrated human jerky.
Not twitching.
He's Tutankhamun images, like
A little
it's
bit.
like a little zombie action.
And I'm like, Tersal, I found him.
What?
I'm sorry. Neekin found him
Where did you find him?
in a box in a wall.
In a dehydrator?
Yeah.
How the heck? How long has he been in that wall?
He looks
How
like
long
the
have?
others did.
Now
How
you
long
guys
have
would
we?
know because when Sarah got attacked by the doppelganger and it started draining her essence, she looked like she was 90 before you guys killed it. So she was able to revitalize pretty quickly, as where he has been completely drained to the point where he's just barely alive. So even though you killed the doppelganger, it's going to take days or longer for him to come back to where he was.
But look, they put him in a nice sled box.
I don't like these guys. So, hey Evelyn, what do we do with him now? Like, we just keep him warm? Like, is there any healing I can do? Like,
She goes, at this point, you just have to wait. I've seen it recover in an hour. I've seen it recover in a month. It just depends on how well the person basically recovers. She's like, there's no science to it. There wasn't no trying to figure that out. Unfortunately, he got.
Like, I recovered pretty quickly.
yeah, but you're a superhero. Leonard's just a peon, so. And you're about half his height, so you know, like less material to redo. Yeah. I guess we'll try to make him as comfortable as possible. I'll say a prayer or whatever, and I'm glad we found him. That's awesome.
I'll remove the clothes from the pile. Whatever can be salvaged. And put it in the box with the. I'm not trusting him, but I would put the clothes that can be salvaged in the box. The sword and stuff like that.
All right. So during all of this, Evelyn has been searching for the remote that could trigger the machine while you guys are portal. She has not found it. She has cussed several times, said a couple of words in Gnomish, and in a language that also none of you have ever heard before. She has muttered a couple times.
You sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
You know all my languages?
What languages do you have?
Common, Halfling, Druidic, Sylvan, and Abyssal.
Yep. It's one that's not on that list.
Okay.
Is it what were we not able to read earlier? I wonder if she could read whatever. Where was that? Was that this campaign? Oh fuck! Am I in trouble?
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
this campaign.
Jeez.
Did I finish doing that?
No, you didn't.
No, I don't think I did. We stopped.
Yeah.
Wait, when we found her.
What?
That was.
Oh, because the ancient things on the portal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
What does she know about that?
scroll.
Oh yeah, we had the scroll of language thingies. It's all coming back to me.
Yeah, but she hasn't
right,
finished
right.
attuning to it yet.
It only lasts once, right?
Huh?
It only lasts once, right?
Yeah, it's a one-time use for.
Yeah,
8
we
hours.
were really nervous about that.
I'm glad we didn't finish that.
Right. Oh, hey, Sarah, while I got you here, let me show you this tunnel. It's perfect for your expertise. I think
Okay,
you'll
which
really.
tunnel are you taking her to?
I'm taking her to
I have an idea which one you are. I'm just saying.
tunnel 5, the one with the gnomish hole that I couldn't get through.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, as you guys walk over, you notice that Sarah's kind of like arched over her back as she's walking.
Are you okay? What's going on?
Leonard's big guy.
Fair. Could I?
I don't have any.
I
don't have
I
any
could.
health points though. Like
Would it need a heal, or like I could do restoration or something to get rid of a condition? Yeah.
So I can stand up again.
I could do a gentle sacred flame, do some heat and then cold to try to get a little pressure off of it.
You would know about, back spasms and pain.
I actually don't. I deal mostly with dead or dying people. It's either you get alcohol or amputation. That's all I know how to do.
Which also gives you alcohol.
Yeah, the common denominator is alcohol. Just whether you
just
get to
like-
keep your arm or not.
Just like her song. Thank you, but I'll be okay. And I
Okay.
take out my flask of fire water and I take a sip.
There you go. Good girl.
Do I need a
And-
constitution
No, I'll let this.
for my fire water?
I'll let this one go.
Oh.
All right, so yeah, he takes you over to a tunnel and shows you that there's a small entranceway. Explains to you that Evelyn has explained to him that it was the gnomish sleeping quarters, and obviously Ursula can't fit through there. So,
I'll go in.
all right. So you walk in. Yeah, there's about 12 bunk beds in this rather large dugout cavern. In the center is a glowing light on a copper-like pedestal with weird wires and stuff. Obvious gnomish design. But other than that, this room looks completely bare. Other than the beds and that light.
Does it look like it's just a nightlight?
It looks like it's instead of having a torch, they use this.
So just beds.
Yes.
There's no trunks.
Nope.
Or dressers.
Nope. They weren't allowed anything in the room because the last time they almost got it all.
So just start stripping beds.
All right. Roll investigation check.
Well.
All right. So you don't find anything in the first few bunks you search. About the fifth one, as you kind of lift up the mattress, which is basically just hay crammed inside of like sheets. As you lift it up, you do find some very crude gnomish drawings of gnomish women.
About the size of a postage stamp. They're really. Yeah.
They're on a standard page of parchment.
Oh, God. So you can get a lot of gnomes on one page. That's maximized efficiency.
It's the gnomish version of Playboy, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you find that. So you move on. Other than that, you find like 2 copper coins. You find a broken toothpick that was placed right in the center of one of the beds. Roll a wisdom check. So yeah, as you look at it, you can tell that it was stuck in there, so the point was up, just barely visible. That way, when whoever laid in bed would get poked by it. It was a practical joke that one of the gnomes was probably playing on another one. Other than that, no, there's really not a lot in this room other than beds and some nudie bags.
Well, true to their word, they didn't bring anything in here, and I'll leave with the nudie mag and throw it to Ursula.
I've been in some weird places, but that's not on my agenda list. I'm sorry.
Ursula, how about you roll for your 2 partners, see if either of them want it?
Sure.
Any of them grab it.
B- BA is pretty interested. He rolled a 14. Like, man, who's interested in gnomish women? BA's like, I'll throw those away for you, sucker. Just don't litter up the place, man.
We don't kink share.
Yeah.
All right. So, at this point, this is where you guys stand. You do not have a way of reactivating the portal remotely. But you do know that fire can reactivate it. But if you guys are trapped on the inside, you will not be able to activate the portal. That's why you need the remote. Just in case you guys get trapped. Because if you're trapped, you're kind of fucked. Unless someone comes along and lights the portal back up for you. You have one person. Hold on. You have one person who is human jerky, and you don't know if it'll be hours or weeks before he is back up and moving. You have met a strange human woman who was hired to help protect, as part of like a security team, the gnomish investigators and researchers who went into the portal. You know that the only way to get your ship back from the trickster is to go confront the trickster, which is through the portal.
I'm thinking of leaving Leonard and Quinn on this side. So Leonard's no good to us now, and we don't know when he will. And Quinn can watch him and watch for us. Okay.
Yeah. I can leave BA too. He's already got his guard motivations down and the little pastime activities, so
All right, so at this point, you are leaving 2 and you are leaving 1 behind.
yeah.
So, you all are standing before the portal. Evelyn's there.
You guys have any questions before you enter?
Did I hear Evelyn curse in a foreign tongue?
You did.
You like so you didn't find the remote pretty frustrating. I couldn't help but hear you say some shit over there. What was that?
Nothing for you to worry about. I just don't want to be stuck in that damn portal again. You don't know
I get
how
that.
irritating it is being in a small dimension for 3 months with nothing to do.
Well, I've been in some pretty sticky situations myself. I've heard a lot of people say a lot of colorful stuff, and what you said doesn't match any of those. What language was that?
She's just kind of gives you this look. I want you to roll a perception check.
11 plus 4 for 15.
All right. So in all your years of being a soldier, you have seen this in few people's eyes. There is a look behind her eyes of things you don't want to know, things that this person has seen, things that this person has been through, that it's best just to drop it and walk away. And that's what you see in her eyes when she looks at you.
So Tercel respects that, but he looks her dead in those fucking eyes and says, "We're going to talk about this at some point, but let's go take care of business."
She nods at you. A little bit of respect gleams in her eyes.
All right.
So, as you all prepare to enter the portal, is there anything you want to do one last time while you're on this realm?
Oh yeah, how are we doing on food and water, Sarah? Because there's a tunnel back there that got filled. I'm guessing when maybe the miners hit a natural spring, be probably the best water we're gonna see for a bit.
When we can fill up our takers, it's not
I mean, I guess we need to find out if it's worth drinking or not, but we can do that. Doesn't take too long to boil water, right?
Roll a perception check on it when on the water.
Me or to someone?
Him.
11 plus 4 for 15.
Yeah, you could tell through years of, living on battlefields and stuff, this is very pure water. You don't see any reason why it would not be good. It doesn't even have any like off smells or anything. So
So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I fill up my
Yeah.
water.
Fingers.
Yeah, water skin.
Even if
Motion to Evelyn, be like, you need water. Like, stuff looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious when she said she was stuck there for 3 months. What she survived
Yeah,
off of.
when we walk through this, is there gonna be just a designated corner for excrement and?
Well, not only that, but what did she eat? What did she drink? 3 months.
she's like, you don't want to know the answer to that.
No, I didn't ask. I'm thinking it internally. I'm like, she was there for 3 months. How did she survive?
So yeah, out of nowhere, Evelyn looks at you and goes, "You don't want to know the answer to that," and starts walking over towards the portal.
Reading my mind now. And I say that out loud. So that everybody else knows.
She just kind of chuckles to herself.
Oh man, I look to Sarah silently and give her the nod, like, man, we got to keep an eye on this one. I don't
And
know.
I'll be like, she just heard you.
Well, oh boy.
All right. So is there anything you guys want to do before you enter the portal? Turtle, did you want to show her the other tunnel you found?
No,
I
not
think I'm gonna
really.
go take a bath though. After we take our water. I'm gonna go take a bath.
I didn't hear that.
She's gonna go take a bath after you guys fill up your water.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah, fill up your takers and then I'm gonna take a bath.
fair enough. I mean, I figure we still have our little bit of rations. We've got water now. I guess we know we need fire to some capacity, but it's got to get in their bloodstream. So,
I got fire arrows.
right.
She's got those dark things.
I think I've got a couple bottles of whiskey and stuff, so we could make fire if we need to. I don't know how much it'll work, but all right. I think we're as prepared as we're gonna be.
All right.
Let me use the one spell.
All right. So you guys all step forward to the portal. You turn, wave bye to those that you're leaving behind, and make sure you're marking that on your sheet that you don't have them with you right now.
Yeah. And then also, they've gotten their instruction.
Oh yeah. All right. So you guys enter the portal. So as you walk through it, you feel like you're like walking through a wall of ice cold water, but at the same time, it's burning hot. You feel like all the sensations. And even though it's a brief second since the portals open on both sides, you're instantly through. You do catch a small glimpse of the pocket dimension you would be trapped in. This dimension is vast, and it is decorated with bones of various creatures. But like I said, you only catch it a quick glimpse as you are pushed through to the other side.
I imagine Evelyn was like running.
No, she walked through purposefully.
She'd be like, I ain't getting trapped again.
Though she doesn't want to be trapped again, she's not one to show fear, so. You all emerge through the other portal, and you guys are standing on the top of a sand dune. It is hot as dicks, and it's dry. The sand is blowing, you feel it pelting your face, and you can see about 100 yards ahead of you is a small city. Off to the left, you see a mountain range. And you look up in the sky, and there's 3 suns. And they're just feeding light and heat down onto this plane. And as you all stand there trying to catch your breath and your eyes are focusing in on all this new territory, that's where we're going to end it today. Yes, this definitely hasn't been brought on by the heat wave we've had in America.
Right. Fully inspired. From now on, I'll be doing all my shots outside just so I'm in character, you know.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, by next Sunday when we are all getting back together, unless things happen, hopefully this heat dome has moved out of the United States. So, fingers crossed for that.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I'm getting sick of having to water my garden every night. I mean, I
Right.
like it because I get to go out and talk to my plants, but it's just a lot of work.
It's just.
Anyways, thank you everybody for stopping in. I'm going to go see if there's anyone to raid out to. While I do, you guys catch up, then we'll catch up after we end the stream. So I'll be right back.
Cool.
Right. Strangely, it is a weird Sunday. I think with the holidays here in America, a lot of people have taken this whole weekend off because a lot of my streamer friends haven't even been on. So we will not raid out this Sunday. It's one of those rare Sundays. But thank you everyone for stopping in. Again, please donate to Extra Life if you can, and please contact the American Red Cross if you would like to help out with those in Texas. I will be back Tuesday with Dying Light. Probably finishing up Dying Light 2 this week. And then we hopefully later this month we'll be getting Killing Floor 3 as soon as it releases. I will tell you there probably will not be any 7 Days to Die streams because that game has pissed me off to the point of fuck it.
Oh no.
We rolled back from the 2.0 drop to the alpha play, but I'll tell you all about that once we're done with the stream.
Right.
So, all right, everybody, you guys be safe out there. Take care, and we will see you all Tuesday if you're for the video games. But for D&D, we'll see you all hopefully next week. Take care. Be safe, everybody.